Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on jungle-shrouded.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at chumbacasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's chumbacasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to chumbacasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21+. Terms and conditions apply.
The Inca performed successful brain surgery using stone tools. They built massive earthquake-proof cities without mortar, and they left behind a mysterious code, knotted strings called quipus, that modern science still can't really decipher. Oh, and some people think they may have had help from the stars. High in the Andes, the Inca ruled one of the most powerful empires in history, but in less than a generation, they were gone, conquered, erased, and buried in the jungle. Or at least, that's the official story. Because some believe their greatest secrets, including lost cities, unknown technology, and possibly even contact with non-human intelligence, never disappeared at all. They're just still hidden, waiting. This is 10-Minute Mystery. Let's get into it. When the Spanish rolled into South America in the 1500s, they came looking for one thing: Dr. Pepper. No, obviously it's gold. Mountains of it, rivers of it, whole cities made of it. And they were convinced the Incas were hiding it. What they found instead was blood, resistance, and a civilization more advanced than they could wrap their conquistador brains around. But not the treasure. According to legend, the real prize was a hidden city deep in the Amazon called Paititi, a place so remote and well-guarded that even the Spanish couldn't find it. Some believe the Incas fled there as their empire collapsed, carrying their sacred objects, records, and gold to safety. And here's where it gets strange. Modern explorers who've gone looking for Paititi have turned up missing. Others come back with stories of glowing lights in the jungle, unexplained sounds, disoriented time, equipment failure, classic "you're not supposed to be here" energy. Local tribes speak of a forbidden city guarded by spirits, or something worse, and many of them aren't interested in helping outsiders to find it, which raises a question. Are they protecting a legend, or are they guarding a real place? Some researchers think the city could hold not just treasure, but ancient technology. Maybe even records the Incas want to keep hidden from the Spanish. Others go even further and claim it's protected by non-human forces, which sounds wild, until you remember that people are still trying to find it, and still disappearing. So, did the Incas take their secrets to the grave, or just deeper into the jungle? The Incas didn't write things down the way most civilizations did. No alphabet, no scrolls, no big stone carvings with dramatic warnings. Instead, they use quipus, bundles of knotted cords that look like something between a macrame project and a spreadsheet from another dimension. At first, historians thought they were just for accounting, census data, crop counts, taxes, boring but useful stuff. But some researchers believe quipus weren't just for numbers. They might be a full-blown written language, one we've never been able to crack. The knots vary in placement, tightness, color, even the direction they're spun. Some experts think they could represent syllables, narrative sequences, or even abstract concepts we don't have a reference point for. And then there's the other theory, that the quipus work like an early form of binary, not storytelling, data. Some of these chords have patterns that resemble mathematical systems, structured, repetitive, precise, almost like code. And not just any code, one that might have been used to store and transmit large-scale information. Now add this. The Incas were obsessed with astronomy. Their calendars, their architecture, even their myths were synced to the stars. And a few surviving quipus seem to align with astronomical events, solstices, eclipses, planetary movements. So the question becomes, were they tracking time and seasons, or recording something that came from above? Some ancient astronaut theorists, yes, the History Channel guys again, believe the quipus are kind of a message system, not to each other, but about visitors from somewhere else. And if that's true, we're not looking at a lost writing system. We're looking at a warning we still don't understand. Let's talk about the architecture. The Incas built cities so advanced, modern engineers still can't figure out how they pulled it off. No mortar, no iron tools, just stone, and somehow they made it earthquake-proof. At a couple of sites, the stones fit together so perfectly that you can't even slide a razor blade between them. Some of those stones weigh over 100 tons. They were transported across valleys and up mountains without wheels. No cranes, no machinery, no notes left behind saying, "Here's how we did it." Mainstream archaeology says manpower, ramps, and a lot of patience. But here's the catch. There's no evidence of those ramps, no massive tool caches, and no real explanation for how they cut granite so precisely using tools so basic they barely scratch the surface today. That's where the fringe theories step in. Some locals believe the Incas didn't build these megalithic structures at all. They inherited them from an earlier, possibly non-human civilization, a race or culture that vanished long before the Inca rose to power. Others point to legends that say the stones were moved using sound, like certain tones or frequencies could literally make the rocks lighter, which sounds like sci-fi until you realize similar stories pop up in ancient Egyptian, Tibetan, and even Hopi traditions. Civilizations separated by oceans all telling stories about sound being used to lift the impossible. So maybe the question isn't how the Incas did it, maybe it's who showed them how, or who left it behind for them to find. The Incas believed their rulers were descended from the sun god, Inti, a divine lineage chosen by the sky itself. But dig into their mythology and it gets stranger, because Inti wasn't the only one said to have come down from above. Some legends speak of beings who arrived in flying vessels, taught the ancestors sacred knowledge, and then vanished just as quickly. Not angels, not gods in the poetic sense, literal sky visitors. Some stories even describe them as tall, pale-skinned figures in glowing robes. Definitely not locals. It doesn't stop there. Just a few hundred miles from major Inca sites in the Nazca Desert are the Nazca Lines, massive geoglyphs carved into the earth. We're talking animals, spirals, and shapes that stretch hundreds of feet across. You can only fully see them from the sky. Theories range from celestial calendars to ritual pathways to landing strips. Yes, landing strips. For what exactly? No one agrees. Meanwhile, some indigenous groups in the Andes still speak of contact with sky beings, not as a thing of the past, but something ongoing. Rituals are performed, offerings made, messages received. Whether that's spiritual tradition or something more literal depends on who you ask, and how open you are to the idea that we're not alone. So here's the theory. What if the Incas didn't develop all this knowledge on their own? What if it was given to them by something far older, far more advanced, and possibly not from here? The mythology lines up, the timing lines up, and the engineering, let's agree it does not line up. The Spanish may have conquered the Inca Empire, but they didn't destroy everything. Not really, because some of the most important parts, the knowledge, the secrets, the why behind it all, are still missing. The city of Paititi might still be out there, buried in the Amazon, protected by something, whether it's jungle, tribe, or something stranger. The quipus, still undeciphered, still quietly mocking every modern attempt to unlock them. And the architecture, It defies everything we think we know about what humans can do with stone, muscle, and time. Some believe the Incans were geniuses. Others say they were the inheritors of an older civilization, one we don't have a name for. And a few believe they weren't alone at all. What if they had help? What if the reason we still don't understand their secrets is because those secrets were never meant for us? Maybe the Incas didn't vanish. Maybe they just took their wisdom, looked at what was coming, and walked away. Thanks for listening to 10-Minute Mystery. If this episode made you question what's buried in the jungle or what's been buried in history, good. That's kind of the point. Follow the show for more brief and bingeable mysteries twice a week. From lost civilizations to strange disappearances, we cover the stories that don't always come with clean endings or easy answers. Until next time, keep your eyes on the mountains. You never know what's still hiding up there.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to chumbacasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at chumbacasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at chumbacasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at chumbacasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No